In this video, I wanna cover an argument that is very dear to me, and I promised myself I would um, be positive and bring mature arguments, mature discussions on my channel. A lot of positivity, a lot of hype for the time being. This is what I wanna base my community on. Today, though, I need first to unload a bit of stress. Okay, just for a moment. Because video is about video game graphics. And to pick up the most recent case, Pokémon Legends ZA. Now, the graphics in those games are fine. Okay, they're normal. However, people are going crazy over a thing. Le ringhiere di metallo! The fucking iron railings on the fucking windows because they are fake and they're not actually 3D 4K ray tracing ultra pro gigamax. Whoa, 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 swoosh, swoosh. Whoa, the super railing in Fortnite has the fucking sun realistic. Oh, the ray trace, the 4K Breath of the Wild at the freaking sun. The fu- I cannot believe we're talking about in 2025. If a game is good or not, it's not decided by the gameplay. How much fun is the game? It's not about how the plot is, if it's good, if it's bad. It's not the gameplay. It's the fucking metal railings. There's people. Okay? There's people stopping the game entirely. Stopping exactly what video games are designed to do. To look at walls and see if the fucking iron railings are realistic or not. The fucking iron railings. Or if the fucking sun is realistic or not. If the fucking lighting of the game is realistic or not. They stop what a game is supposed to be, and they're stopping whatever they are supposed to be doing with a game, which is fucking playing it. To look around, to look at the fucking nothingness, to see if it's 4K, to look at fucking walls, to see if the iron railings are actual models. And magically, a game that was convincing people, despite the novelty of the gameplay, magically turns to shit. The railings are bad. The game is shit. This is in 2025, almost 26, where the video game discussion is at. Whether if a fucking railing is realistic or not. Are you guys even passionate about video games? I don't think so. Because if you were passionate about video games, you will know that the fucking graphics of a fucking video game are not what a video game is supposed to be like. Okay? Since the beginning of gaming, video game graphics were, think of video games like a wrap. For the Italians in the audience, like a piadina, which is basically Italian wrap. Okay? Think of it of a wrap. You give your wrap to your friend. Okay? You put amazing ingredients within your wrap. You put some nice protein, you put some fresh mozzarella, you put some nice veggies, and you put some nice tzatziki sauce wrapped into this flat bread that encapsulates everything. But it's not the main point. You give the wrap to your friend, and your friend says, unfortunately, this wrap sucks balls because the wrap is not 5-star Michelin. What about the recipe? I don't care. The wrap sucks. So I don't like this wrap. Sounds stupid. Sounds very dumb. It's exactly what people are fucking doing. Not just with Pokemon. This is not about Pokemon. This is not about Nintendo. I don't give a shit about defending this or that company, this or that developer. Okay? I'm here to defend gaming from the bullshit of you people. Some of you. Some of you are smart, at least. I need to calm down. Okay? Now, after I blow up all the stress out from these last couple of days, now I want to be more mature, but I needed. This isn't about that company, that developer, or that. I could not care less. Okay? Now it's the time for. I'll blow out all the stress. Now it's the time for the real talk. It's not about this developer, that developer, Nintendo, Game Freak, Team Cherry, Expedition 33, Sony. It's not about any of them, singularly at least. It's about all gaming. Okay? The entirety of gaming is suffering from this bullshit, like an illness that nobody seems to see. Nobody seems to treat it like an illness like it is. And it's terrifying. I am tired. Okay? I am tired of looking at the Game Awards, looking at the Summer Game Fest, looking at any game announcements, thing, direct, whatever. Tired of watching these long events, which are usually even very late for me at my time zone, watching them in hopes to be hyped about a cool game, seeing a cool gameplay, what these developers have come out with, only to see, only to see, only cinematographic cutscene everywhere, either made up, just for the event, trailers just created outside the game engine, or cutscene within the game. I'm tired. Okay? I want video games to be video games again. Okay? I want video games to come back to being digital games that use audio video devices as a support for the game itself. Not the actual, not that the audio video, this case, mostly video in this case, being the center of it all. because we are losing the focal point. A game is supposed to be played, to be fun, okay? And to come back where all this crash out started, Pokemon Legends ZA, the gameplay, you are absolutely free to not like it, okay? But it's a Legends game. We already saw with Legends Arceus that the gameplay was bound to be different from the usual. And it's a thing that will spread within Pokemon games since Pokemon Champions now is here. They will have more freedom of expressing new gameplays without being bound to the turn-based formula, which I personally enjoy more. I'm not here to say that Legends ZA gameplay is bad. I think it's pretty good on how they actually translated what we saw for decades in the anime to a game. It was not it was not obvious, was possible, but without conservative derogatory. Pokemon fans tend to be was not an easy choice. Okay? And I'm okay if you comment and say I didn't like the gameplay of Legends. It's fine. Okay? If anything, if you like the Pokemon Legends ZA's gameplay or not, please say it in the comments. I didn't like it because I'm more attached to turns. Say it. You liked it because I like how they made the novelty of the gameplay. Say it, please. At least we will be talking about the game. Not no plot spoilers because I'm still not too far in the plot. But even that, if without spoiler you say I liked the gameplay, I didn't like I liked the plot, I didn't like the plot. Please, please say it. At least we will be talking about something that the actual game requires. We will be talking about the actual game, not about what covers the lines of codes behind the game. We will be talking about that. We will be talking about what's important, not the fucking metal ratings. And if you say, dude, in Switch 1, some event bugs. I saw it. The people I know, my friends, or some creators I saw using the Switch 1 didn't occur in any bug or glitch. If anything, they even told me they were surprised how smoothly the game runs on Switch 1. But just like mass vaccinations, someone from somewhere in the world is bound to get a glitch. Even in the most solid games, glitches can happen. And the socials have this problem, unfortunately, where these things will get boosted for clout and negative engagement farming. Just like the 2020 pandemic and vaccinations. We vaccinated billions in the span of few days, few months. It was bound that someone would feel sick after a vaccine for an adverse reaction. And the media pushed those cases to blow up the whole thing because it's better engagement. I even posted this on Twitter. Negative engagement is what actually pushes the platforms, unfortunately. Because actual discussions, civil discussions, all of that gets pushed down. And then we end up living in a world where everything sucks, everything is bad. Whereas in a lot of cases it's not like that. With a logical mind, you would understand that it's it's not as bad as you see in socials. It's not as bad as you see in the post of I don't know, pre-bad for 2069. It's not, it, especially in gaming, especially in the TCG space. Thinking about the Magic the Gathering Slopgate recently. Oftentimes the truth is much more easier and better than what people tend to say. But these people probably do know it. But having this negative attention is better, is more profitable. It's so profitable that a channel that was created in June this year grew up in a stupidly fast rate, saying that everything is shit, including games like Silksong. And the worst thing is, people actually didn't like Silksong at launch because it was too difficult, because it was an actual game. Silksong is difficult because it's an actual game. And mind you, being difficult is not a requirement to be an actual game, mind you, because there's a lot of games that are not as difficult as Silksong or as Dark Souls or Cuphead that are actual games. The Pokemon games, despite all their flaws, especially as we saw Scarlet and Violet, are more of a game than all the games with 4K, Ultra Pro, Ray Tracing, Gmax, whatever bullshit. Because you actually play the game and you don't watch glorified cutscenes all the times. A lot of games have glorified cutscenes. A lot. It's a narrative trope. But it's not the majority of the gameplay. It's the cool final part of the final boss that it's kinda scripted for you to win because makes up for an epic moment. It's been in gaming for years. Think about Final Fantasy VII, the original. Spoilers from a game from like 30 years ago. The actual final battle is not actually against Sephiroth's final form with your party. It's against Sephiroth, normal Sephiroth, naked, and you played it out with just Cloud, and you defeat Sephiroth like that. That is a glorified cutscene. The problem is, a lot of games nowadays are so easy. You can win them with the push of a button. But they have good graphics, good graphics. But they are glorified cutscenes. You can never, almost never lose a fight in most games nowadays. Because it's easier for gaming journalists. And let me tell you, as someone that has studied to try and be a gaming journalist, that has gave up on that. Because realized how corrupt, how stupid that workplace is, how dumb it is. It has become a meme how bad game journalists are. for them. It's all for them. It's they are the ones pushing the graphics thing. They're the ones that are putting these massive pages about graphics in video games. Because they don't like when a game is actually a game that requires you to actually play the game. They don't like it. Because they cannot beat it. Do you all remember that one gaming journalist that couldn't get past Cuphead's tutorial? That was fucking pathetic. That was ridiculous. Gaming journalists are in because they get, paid to say that AAA game or the game from this or that company is good. But they cannot play games. Like, and I have to admit, like, it's obvious. Their bias is obvious. Even with Pokemon. Like, I may give Pokemon games, and it has happened. I may give Pokemon games the same ratings some gaming journalists usually give to Pokemon games. 8 out of 10, 80 out of 100. Okay? But if you go and look at the reasons, my reasons may actually be reasons. And just like mine, many other players, I don't want to make this about me, I'm so sorry, but this is a monologue that you guys hopefully turn into a dialogue. But their reasons often lack. And this is not just about Pokemon. Freaking Astrobot last year. It was the most stupid idea of a video game. It was a Sony self-glazing for IPs they don't even push anymore. Okay? And it got massively high reviews and even won the Game of the Year in the face of much better games. Astrobot winning the Game of the Year. It's a symptom. The game, don't get me wrong, is good. It's a pretty little game. But it's a journalist game. It's there to please the journalists. And please the journalists it did. And guess what? It had very pretty graphics. You guys need to understand this. This whole ray tracing cult that has been created by people, it's what is ultimately killing, or better, hurting the gaming industry, the gaming space in general. It's hurting it. Because games are less of a game now than they were 20 years ago. Very less of a game. They're basically non-games. They're basically interactive cutscenes. They look so pretty. They look so fabulous. But you don't actually do anything in these games. And these games are boring. Meanwhile, games that are actually fun, which is the case, despite everything, is the case for Pokemon games. Is the case for Expedition 33 that didn't even get into the Game Awards this year, which is fucking pathetic. Even the Souls games never excelled in graphics. Was one of the contention points of Elden Ring when it came out. Elden Ring didn't come out with the ray tracing. They added it 1 year later. But at launch, people were saying that Elden Ring was bad because the graphics were bad. Same thing for the first Dark Souls. You know, the game that started the whole genre of Souls-like? Yes, the original Dark Souls graphics were ages behind the other games. Ages. Is still one of the best games of the last 20 years. It's still one of the despite the ugly graphics, because as a game, it's fun, the plot completes it, and that's what video games are about. I don't care what others do. This is what video games are about. Nothing more, nothing else. Games like Silksong, Hollow Knight, all these games are fun, and it's all that matters. And I'm not talking about a fun you have with your friends or from a bad game like it was Delta Force or whatever was that name of that stupid game with all the anime characters within it. It's not that kind of fun of laughing at how stupid a game is. It's actual fun. Despite everything, these games are fun. Okay? And I'm tired of those privileged bastards because I cannot play Pokémon Legends ZA. I cannot play Expedition 33. I cannot play Silksong. I cannot play a lot of these games. I can't because I'm broke. If you see the little sub count down here, I don't even have 200 subscribers. I'm not monetized. The job market is up someone's ass, not probably our ass, and it's not pleasant. While these big creators that pretend they know how a video game is played, or they do know how a video game is supposed to be, but since it's better to be negative for profit, I can think of a lot of Italian examples only in Italy. Figures how many in the whole world. People that started out normally, like normal people, and now have shifted towards this bullshit. People I was even a fan of, and then they started doing this shit. It's all because it's more profitable, and they wanna tell you that they are right about the fact that a game should not be judged on the base of how much fun you have when you play it, but how much pleasure you get from just looking at it. You wanna look something on your screen? You wanna look something? On a screen? Watch a YouTube video. Wanna look something? Watch a movie. Go to a movie theater. Get some popcorns. Go to a movie theater if you wanna watch something on the screen. Video games are supposed to be played, not to be looked at for 3 hours discussing how the quality of a game depends on it, because it doesn't. It's like organizing a D&D campaign and pretending that all the little pawns look like $340 pawns, and then complain when someone brings their $10 one. Is it the point? No. The game is the important. What do you do during the campaign is important. not how you look during the campaign. Because guess what? People have the ability for a better imagination. Okay? Tendentially, them immersing into games with pixels of barely understanding what's in front of them. They still enjoyed it because they could immerse themselves, fusing what the game was in the gameplay, what the game was showing as a base, and the rest all in the head. Okay? You imagine starting from the game what was happening when you immersed yourself in the game. But seeing how AI is becoming popular, I think we're starting to outsourcing everything our brain does usually. We are outsourcing critical thinking. You wanna know how to write something? Instead of thinking about it, people will ask a ChatGPT. Burn a couple hundred trees in the process, but we'll ask a ChatGPT. Wanna play a game where you wanna immerse something? You don't need graphics good enough to make you understand the world that surrounds you. Make the game realistic. I don't wanna imagine. The game will imagine for me. We're outsourcing everything. People are AI generating graphics. Or better, they're generating how a game would look with quote unquote better graphics with AI. There you go. 3,000 trees dead. 3,000 liters of water dead. Because you want the pretty graphics. This is what where we'll get. We will get AI generated textures in the game to make them look pretty. This is what people stand for. Okay, not only the destruction of gaming, but also the destruction of environment, apparently. You know, the environment, the only things that keeps humanity from extinction. Yeah, that. And maybe this dumbing down is the reason why people come up with this stupid ass excuse. Video games, like people, are like food. Would you rather the Michelin 5-star bullshit that gets served usually in 5-star restaurants called reduction the leg in putrefazione of my dick? Tasteless, but looks pretty. Or big plate of carbonara. Doesn't look elegant, but when you eat it, it's the most amazing dish you ever tasted. Now, what is the point of eating? It's tasting something good. That's the art of the food, making something tasty, not making something pretty. The beauty of the food is the sensation it brings when you put it in your mouth. Same thing with people and video games. Wow, that person is very pretty. Then you speak to them, and they're a fucking hateful asshole, one of the worst people on the planet. Would you want to hang out with someone that says that a certain category of people shouldn't have human rights? You will not hang out with that. But they looked so pretty. And on the other hand, you have the sweetest, most gentle person on the planet. The absolute best person has respect for everybody. But looks normal. Not ugly. Perhaps. Not too beautiful, perhaps. Looks normal. Okay? Normal person. Average Joe. Would you still Would you stay with them? Pass the time with them? Well, yes, because they're not a monster. But unfortunately, in today's society, the pretty privilege is all that matters. And we're starting to applying it to video games. So we are allowing bad cooks to destroy cooking, Salt Bay, all the big star chefs that whatever bullshit reduction of my dick. Pretty video games. Not fun video games. Pretty video games. All people that don't understand the true art of their field. On the other hand, normal looking games, they don't need to look pretty because they're fun. They are an actual experience. That's the point. That's the art of video game. Not how it looks. It's the story that it tells you. It's the story that it tells you. It's the fun you have while engaging with such software. Not how it looks. It's never about the looks. If you think it is about the looks, you don't care about video games. You only care about the status they bring to you. Oh, I'm a video game expert on YouTube. Congratulations. Have you ever actually played a video game? No. You stood there, looked at it, said, these graphics are bad, and then rushed through the game. You got the general idea of the game, the plot, but the graphics were not pretty. That's all I had to say. I'm tired. I am very tired of seeing gaming being reduced to 5-star Michelin QC whatever bullshit. Okay? We don't need chefs. We need people that know how to make things taste good. If you enjoyed this video, put a like, ring the bell, follow me on the purple platform, subscribe. Just use your brain, okay? See you next time.